Now I'll tell a little bit about Krishna, the mischievous little playful toddler who makes a charming nuisance of himself. So his foster mother, Yashoda, had quite her work cut out for her, as Krishna, this little ever-energetic toddler, his blue with pink fingers and toes, he was constantly running around getting into mischief. He was a perpetual moving target. And he had actually she put on little ankle bells, so bright, so she could hear him, and she could constantly hear ding, 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 ding. She could swear it was in the kitchen, but then she heard it out in the yard, and ding, 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 everywhere he went. And she couldn't get that sound of Krishna out of her head. And she'd go in the kitchen, and he would have hot coals from her stove, and he would be playfully, juggling with them. And then she would, oh, Krishna, be careful. So she would grab him, and like butter, he would just slip out of her fingers, and like a blue whoosh, like he would suddenly zip away. And then all of a sudden, he'd be juggling knives, kitchen knives. And then he would be going, and then she would hear in the well, there was a voice saying, Ma, there's a little boy in the well. And she would go out, and there he would be deep down, but then he disappeared. And all of a sudden, she'd hear the angry cow that everybody dreaded having to get milk from in their barn going, Arr! And she says, oh my God, Krishna's with our mean cow. He's going to get hurt. So she comes in the barn, but what does she see? The little toddler, is suckling from the cow's udder lovingly, and the mother cow, who's normally very hostile, is lovingly licking him with her rough tongue like she's his calf. And wordlessly, Krishna just sweetly smiles and to Yashoda, and he says, see, Ma, I am within all souls are within me. All beings love me. As remember, Krishna is God. He's a full avatar, it is said, in human form. Well, Krishna would even branch out with his mischievous brother Balaram. He didn't just stop at his own home, and before you know it, he was out in all places at all times at night, and the neighboring cowherd families' places, and they had sticks, and they're smashing clay pots to get the ghee and the butter out from above. I mean, they really were a handful, you got to say. And all the monkeys, they would whistle, and all the monkeys and cats and dogs and other mischievous boys of the neighborhood would call out. And, well, one time, Krishna was playing with some of the boys out in the Yashoda's yard, and her husband also Nanda's yard. And they were just digging in dirt. And Krishna took a big chunk of the dirt and swallowed it. He just opened his mouth and started eating it like it was fudge. And Balarama, his brother, called Yashoda, Ma, Krishna, he's going to choke. He's eating the dirt. So Yashoda fiercely came out, oh, not again, Krishna, not more mischief, please. And Krishna looks at her coyly, and she says, Krishna, did you eat the dirt? And Krishna has mud smeared all over his jowls, his face, and he goes, no, Ma. He looks sweetly, Krishna, please open your mouth. Well, Krishna opened his mouth appropriately for her, or obediently, and she peered in, and did she see mud? Well, yes, but she also saw volcanoes. She saw mountains. She saw valleys. She saw rivers. She saw oceans. She saw the whole planet Earth. She saw herself lovingly with Krishna on the earth. She saw the solar systems, vast galaxies above, below, behind her. Krishna dissolved in the form, and she just became one with the cosmos of God playing, expanding the body of the cosmos. within Krishna. And then in the divine lila, the play of God playing hide and seek with our earthly forms, Krishna said, okay, enough. And he became the lovable, mischievous boy. And he closed his mouth, and Yashoda forgot. And she just held Krishna in her arms. Oh, Krishna. You see, it is said that a formless God in our mundane activities in the day is sometimes easy to forget. But for a mother who's constantly trying to keep track of a mischievous little boy, she would never forget Krishna for the rest of her life, even as he was preparing her for eventually the physical body would leave. But that naughty little divine playmate was always in her heart for the rest of her days.